I've logged about 100 hours into Skyrim, and for some reason I just can't get into it. The only time I play it is to give my eyes something to do while I listen to podcasts or the radio. It took me a long time to figure out just why I don't really care for it, and I've reduced it down to 3 big reasons. Number 1. There's no sense of character. If you asked me what kind of character I played, I'd honestly have to think for a minute before answering. I don't know what his name is, because it's been dozens of hours since I picked it, and the only time I see it is when I save. And I'd have to think for a bit to remember his race, because the game doesn't really reflect your choices. In both Morrowind and Oblivion, hell, even back in Arena and Daggerfall, you see your character whenever you use the inventory menu. In Skyrim, you don't. Not only that, but the third-person mode is still fairly worthless, so I never use that. And horses are still pretty worthless, so I never use those. That means I'm never in third person to see my character, and he's not on any of the menus. So I don't really have a sense of what he looks like. He's Argonian, if you're wondering, but nobody in the game seems to give a shit because it's not reflected in dialogue or greetings. Number 2. The dual-wielding system offers limited choice. On paper, it sounds cool, allowing you to equip a weapon or spell to each hand, but if you actually think about it, it gives you less choice than in Oblivion. When I started my character, I tried to be a mage who used a two-handed sword. Nope. So then I tried using one-handed weapons and a shield. Nope. Since magic is now bound to a hand instead of a special hotkey, many different combat setups are no longer possible. Also, if you're a mage with a one-handed weapon, you can't block. Because they reduced the left and right buttons, be they on the mouse or a controller, to attacks with your respective hands, there's no dedicated block button. That means no blocking with a one-handed weapon while you have a spell equipped, something you could do in Oblivion. No combining magic with two-handed weapons. No using magic along with a sword and shield. No using magic with a bow. All these options are lost, and all we get in exchange is the dual-charge magic mode, which is thematically kind of silly and in gameplay is annoying because it further reduces the variety of attacks you have equipped down to 1, and we get dual-wielding one-handed weapons, which does look flashy when NPCs do it, but doesn't really do anything for you because, again, you can't block. Number 3, and the most minor reason, is the oversimplification of Elder Scrolls nomenclature. Skyrim still has all the books and backstory of the older games, but the changing of names and spells and items is really annoying. Where this really gets me is in the names of spells. Quiz time. In the Elder Scrolls, what do you call the spell effect that allows you to carry more stuff? Give up? Possible answers are Fortify Strength or Feather. In Skyrim, that ability is called Fortify Carry Weight. I mean, come on, was Feather that difficult of a concept? There are a few other problems I have with this game, such as the mostly pretty bland scenery or the way that potions somehow increase your skills since there are no longer attributes. How does that make any sense? If you take steroids, you get stronger. It doesn't make you better at sports. Anyway, please don't think this means I hate Skyrim or think it's a bad game. It's not a bad game, it's a good game, but it does have some problems that keep me from really getting into it. If I was one of those reactionary dipshits that the internet seems to generate spontaneously, I probably would have titled this video something inflammatory like 3 Reasons Skyrim Sucks. But Skyrim doesn't suck, so that would be kind of pointless.